Hello, this is Rattler coming at you again. My topic of this show is food, all-you-can-eat food buffets. And some of my experiences and some experiences that I've been told through the years of different mishaps that can go wrong in those situations, and if you let your mind wander, you might not ever want to eat at one of those again. I'm not picking on no certain restaurant or anything like that. It's just some places offer an all-you-can-eat buffet. Now, I tend to stay away from those type deals most of the time, but I still can't get away from it altogether. But sometime back in, well, anyway, let me rephrase that. What I'm saying is sometimes if you think about it, it's pretty hard to stomach sometimes. You know, I have been in restaurants where, you know, some of the food that is under that glass is not, sometimes it don't have a label next to it, so you don't know what it is. I've ended up with liver and gravy and thought it was roast beef before, and that was a big disappointment. Very disappointed. And then I've seen times when you be going down through there and the salad dressing is not labeled right and you get the wrong stuff. Some of it's all the same color, but it tastes different, so you end up with the wrong kind on your salad, and that's not good. I mean, you know, sometimes they don't label it, and sometimes they put a little label on the little spoon that's laying in there, or the little ladle, and sometimes it'll end up putting the wrong deal and switched out, and you think you're getting ranch dressing, but you're actually getting blue cheese. Yeah, and you don't know what falls off in that stuff. Anyway, but a lot of times you go to certain ones and there'll be certain types of people in there that think that they can act just like they're at their house. They can use their hands. They'll be reaching in there, and you don't know what kind of condition their hands are in. So you don't know where they've been or what they've touched before they reached in there and grabbed that handful of lettuce and threw it on their plate and then went to gobbling up. Some people use it as a place to just, they think they're trying to put a hurt on the restaurant by eating so much. I think that's why the plates have gotten a lot smaller, so that requires you to have to go back more times, and they hope maybe that you'll make a spectacle of yourself by going back so many times that you won't eat them plumb out of house and home. But I don't know. I mean, I've been guilty of that. I've went in there and just, really tied on the feed bag at some of them things myself, and I'm not the skinniest person in the world, as you can see. But I tend now to eat, when I get full, I just stop, because I realize when you get in your vehicle to leave and you ain't even got enough room, seems like, to where you can even get a deep breath, and you can't get enough oxygen to yourself because your stomach is so full that your lungs can't fill up all the way with air. So sometimes that's a good sign that you've ate too much. But anyway, there is a few nasty things going on out there. You know, you just don't know. And some people, I've seen some people that wanted to get a closer look at the food, they'll just reach their head plumb under. And I've noticed, well, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself, but they'll reach their head plumb under that glass to look at it, and there ain't no telling what's falling off in that food. And I've noticed that the glass on these buffets seem to be getting, I can remember when I was a kid, it seemed like there wasn't hardly no glass, but nowadays, maybe people are not behaving, they're behaving worse in these places. Seems like the glass is going to end up, it gets lower and lower where you can't hardly reach your hands up under there to get a hold of them pinchers to get your food out. One of these days they'll just end up having some kind of a, maybe they'll have some kind of a glass that goes all the way down and seals it all the way off, and they'll have these little joystick things where you're operating a little crane in there like they do on when you're at a carnival or something, trying to win the stuffed animal or them deals out in front of them department stores, whatever, and you'll be sitting there with some kind of shovel crane little deal in there, picking up your shrimp and your catfish, and you load it on a plate and it goes out. But that'll probably take too long. It would hold up the progress, so I don't know if they'll ever see that. But that would be more sanitary for the all-you-can-eat buffet. But anyway, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. You know, I don't want to make anybody sick or anything, you know. But it's just something to think about sometimes, you know, and just kind of look ahead when you go into one of those places. Sort of watch what's going on. Because you sure enough, I know if you was to be watching real close and somebody goes up there to that buffet and they're reaching in there with their hands and they've been wiping their nose with their hand, or they sneeze real big and you see all kinds of debris flying out of their nose and going all over the gravy. You know, you don't want that. You don't want to be eating that, and that would sure enough turn you off of that. It would, you know, probably lose weight. That's all I've got to say on that, because myself, sometimes I still like to eat at those places, and I don't want to get these thoughts in my head too much to where the next time I'm out there and I've paid big money for a meal, I don't want to ruin that meal. I want to enjoy it. Thank y'all. Good evening.